Hello and welcome to the Mystical Tarot Cafe. This is Lola Rose, and you are at pile 2 with the Learner's Tarot and the Love Rose Colored Glasses. So let's see what we need to know today on the topic of love. What does the collective need to know today about love? Who's coming towards you in love today? I'll try to ask the question in many different ways and we'll see what comes out. Who's coming towards pile 2 collective? Who is coming towards pile 2 collective? Who is coming to pile 2 collective in love at this time? What does pile 2 collective need to know about love? Okay. We have the 5 of Swords. I just mentioned that in the last pile. Okay, so we have the 5 of Swords in reverse. We have the 6 of Coins upright and the Fool in reverse. So this is your reading for within the 3 to 6 month period, past, present, and future. So this covers pretty much the whole year. People would see this as a short reading. I like it because they do occur pretty quickly, but at the same time, it covers a long span of time. Sometimes you'll get timelines, sometimes you won't. And of course, they always say take that with a grain of salt. So your cross cards are the Devil, the Temperance, and 2 of Wands. And your bottom of the deck energy is the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, so what I am seeing here, and let me just cover this one up a little bit more. I did that on purpose, but I still didn't cover it. Okay. And I'll put this here. So, okay, so what I'm going to say is the bottom of the deck energy is, and I do see it for this pile, is somebody of fire, not fire, oh my goodness, I've been getting my wands and swords mixed up again. So my Queen of Swords, that would be your Geminis, Libra, and Aquarius. These are the air signs. So a lot of times when air signs get turned around, a lot of times you could be not feeling well, you have headaches a lot. I know with this very humid and hot weather, that can kind of trigger that. So you might want to see a neurologist if it's a frequent occasion or sinus problems, maybe your primary care physician. And I am only giving advice. I am not a doctor. While I have worked in hospitals and medical fields before, I am not here as your practitioner. So I cannot dole out or give medical advice, only regular advice as a friend. And of course, this is for entertainment purposes only. So please do seek medical advice as and when needed. And the reason why I say this is I don't see anything um, terrible. I'm just saying, if you're just not feeling well and it's a consistent problem, being that it's an overall energy, I would say that you might want to look into that just for your own well-being. And I always believe in holistic health above all, because if you're not feeling well and you're an air sign, and sometimes air signs aren't very good with or you could say, okay, speak for yourself, but air signs aren't always good with communicating their needs when it comes to emotional needs or the physical well-being, because it's not how would you say, it's not really, air signs are not always in touch with that aspect of themselves, because if you're living up in your head and you're thinking you're on to the next thing, that energy of not feeling well, it kind of slows you down and holds you back. So sometimes that can turn into bitterness, sharpness, being sarcastic, nasty, picking fights, or whatever that would resonate. Um, and unfortunately, it's usually the people that are closest are the ones that get it. And if you are one of the people that are feeling that way, please be aware of yourself and be aware of your tone and how you speak and control yourself. That's part of being a mature person. And that's part of a glow up, too. So that's my advice on that. Now, I could read to you what this says. It says, overly critical, pessimistic, lacking empathy, rude, malicious language. See, that's what I was saying. So just be careful of your words, because especially if you're speaking to younger people or your significant other, because they're giving you your heart and you're just like jabbing it with a pencil. I mean that's the kindest thing. I mean, I didn't say a sword, but it's, you know, heed the warning. I think in this book, the 10-minute tarot in 10 minutes, I really like this book. And it's by R.T. Kaser. I don't know if it's still in print. I think it is. I think you can get it from Amazon or similar. But there's a lot of ways. They say things very nicely in here sometimes. And it did say something that, sometimes you speak to family in ways that, you say you love them, but then you don't really speak to them accordingly. And shouldn't that be different? Just think about that, okay? Sometimes we treat strangers a little better than we treat people that we love. And I think that's a little sad. Okay, so, and again, maybe that's just my experience. I'm not saying I do that, I'm just saying just be careful. Peaceful resolution, moving on, compromise, communication, and ending a conflict. So this would, oh my goodness, my throat just literally closed. So there's something going on with these energies here. Um, yes, I didn't sense any malice, but there is a devil card here. Um, okay, that because the five of I'm so sorry. I coughed, I choked, and then it made me like choke again. So the five of swords is in reverse, so it means there's a resolution. However, there's a devil card right on top of that. So let me pop this out real quick. Mental health issues, secrets, obsession, deception, discrepancy, bondage, materialism, powerlessness, hopelessness, abuse, violence, and aggression. So definitely be careful with those you're dealing with, especially if you suspect that that's their MO, or maybe do a search on whoever it is that you're. I mean, if it's for if it's another female that's kind of having this kind of energy, I would suggest to do what you need to not have this person around you. Okay, so we are in the current situation, and that is the Six of Coins, and that says gifts, generosity, charity, donations, money, community, aid, support, employment, sharing, benevolence, wealth, prosperity, power, authority, control, and investors. And of course, with the I've always seen that card as the generosity and the charity aspects of it, because in the imagery you see somebody doling out money and the people around them, supposed, I guess, beggars, or But of course, sometimes some readers see that as a demeaning type of, like the person who sort of sees himself above the other people. And some people don't see it that way. There's the scales of justice here. This person could be a Libra that you're dealing with. Sometimes I see a Taurus symbol here, a moon that could be Cancer. But overall, it's in the name of charity and giving. So it's a positive card. And I see a yes. You also have the Temperance card, which resonates with Sagittarius. Yes, here it is, Sagittarius. And that's with Jupiter, and that's another yes. Oh, and the numbers here, you got 14, well, you have 15, 14. And this was in your challenge area. And Temperance is about balance, peace, patience, moderation, inner peace, perspective, tranquility, harmonious relationships, soulmates, tranquility, travel, communication. Okay, so far what I see is maybe you're coming out of this energy where there was somebody being manipulative. And at first you saw a lull in the behavior, and then that you found out, like, boom, that manipulation came right back again, full circle. So maybe you saw, I said there was the justice scales there, or like a Libra or something. So maybe at that point, or maybe the challenge is to seek the balance and peace that you need. You might need to seek a lawyer. If it's a situation that you need to get a divorce, I am very sorry that that's happening, especially if it's a situation where there's abuse or abuse of power in some sense. Um, Please definitely get the help that you need. And it's speaking of very unhealthy situations, whether it be emotional, mental, and then the devil was speaking of physical. So, and you have the Five of Swords, and they call that the cycle of abuse, where sometimes a person creates like a little bit of a manipulation tactic, and they stop, they apologize, things are fine for a while, and then they go right back around to it. So if you are experiencing these cycles over and over again, or if the person creates a situation where, let's say all of a sudden you find like there's no food or whatever, you're not getting money, you have no groceries, and then all of a sudden the person pops up with all of these groceries and everything you ever asked for, and all of a sudden they're your hero. Be careful. That's another tactic. It's like a superhero type of, you could look it up, but there are terms for this type of behavior. And again, it's I'm not here to throw terms at you, but I just want you to be aware. They would say beware means also be aware. Okay, so just study up on what's happening to you, and there might be some truth in your situation. And if you are going through this, I am so sorry, and I really want you to seek help, whether it be legal help, emotional help, medical help. And if there's children involved, definitely do what you can to help your situation. Okay. And let's see, we have these two cards. Now you have the Fool in reverse. So it's recklessness, fearlessness, and taking risks. So maybe in this situation, you might feel that you need to go to a shelter or take a risk and go elsewhere. Um, and I'm very sorry if this is what this means, and you're kind of going through it right now. And for some reason, I just kind of got that feeling for this reading. And it says in your 3 to 6 month timeline, it says two paths, decisions, choice, plans. Grass is always greener on the other side. Immigrant, suddenly leaving, decision or stay or go, anticipation, restlessness, alienation. So, and this resonates with Aries. So, what this is saying is, obviously you're pondering the change, which is good. And while you are restless, try not to make a hasty decision, but at the same time, you might need to take the risk, but try to make sure it's not reckless, okay? So, let's see. I'm not sure which is the more gentle of the decks because I think this needs a little bit. Let me try this one. Okay, let me try this one. These are all new for me, so I just want to see what resonates. So, how could the collective for love help themselves with this situation? How could pile 2 help themselves with this situation? How will this situation improve? The situation for pile 2 in love improve? Will this situation improve? Okay. Okay, so in your past, there was intimacy and there was chemistry, some reminiscing, and that's also common with what I was talking about here. So some people may be dealing with a narcissist, someone is a little too full of themselves in the current situation. So that goes with what I was telling you. And that's confirmation. Any little noises and clicks and stuff, that's usually confirmation. How can pile 2 help themselves? Oh, here we go. This just flipped out. Mercury retrograde, electronic issues, communication issues, review everything. Okay, so this is how you could help yourself. Review everything. So this was saying about the contemplation you have going and not to make hasty decisions, but you do need to make a decision or to take a risk. Take that risk, but don't make it hasty. And if you do make any agreements, make sure they're in writing and seek that help and that lawyer. Do what it is you need to protect yourself. So I will end that reading here. And I just feel the need to pull one of these cards for you just to pick up the mood of the reading. Never put off until tomorrow what you can do today. This came with 2. Oh, 3 actually. I appreciate your hard work. What an amazing job. Maybe that resonates. Maybe this is something going on at work. That could be it too. But guess what? The bottom of this deck says, having you around makes all the difference in the world. Bless you. Thank you so much for being here. Because this is so true. Be strong, my dear, or my dears. And you know you can make it through. Okay? Whatever help that you need, please get it. And definitely make sure that your family knows what's going on. Okay? Don't isolate yourself. Do the exact opposite. So get support. So we're here for you in spirit, in our prayers, and we're rooting for you. So thank you so much again for being here, and see you in the next pile. Take care. Thank you.